6 cross-border commuters can expect the PedWest southbound facility to reopen today. Everything you need to know ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday.
And good news if you're making your way up north this week, a portion of the 10 is now open after that massive fire. Plus, a deadly illness has spread throughout the San Diego Humane Society, killing some of their dogs, and they need the community's help now more than ever. We are there live.
Move your feet before you eat. Meet the 10-time defending champion from the O-Side Turkey Trot, coming up in the Zevely Zone.
Offshore winds are back in the forecast. That means we are warming up through the start of the week. We'll talk about if we see those Santa Ana winds lasting through your Thanksgiving holiday. You're up with CBS 8.
You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
Hope you had a nice weekend, everyone. Here, welcome to your Monday. Thanks for being here on CBS 8. I'm Eric Connard.
And I'm Annetta Irampour, and we are just 3 days away from Thanksgiving. Your kids may be on break right now. You may have the week off. All right, enjoy it. So what kind of conditions can we expect? Should we be outdoors this week?
I think you should. I think so. I mean, we do have to consider that it will be dry and pretty windy for today and tomorrow. But by Wednesday, Thursday, we're back to kind of that comfortable, mild.
And no rain.
No rain, a dry week ahead. So we can at least celebrate that. That, of course, comes on the heels of a wet Friday and Saturday out there. You might have gotten some raindrops on you. In some spots, more than we bargained for. Rancho Bernardo, for example, 55 1/100ths of an inch, over half an inch that they saw. Today's forecast shows temperatures are going to be mainly in the mid-70s. We're going to be as warm along the coast as we are around the deserts, and that is showing clearly how active those Santa Ana winds will be. You'll primarily feel those gusty northeast winds, I should say, across the mountains and foothills. Alpine right now at 44 miles per hour, Laguna 29, Boulevard 31 miles per hour. And you can also see that in your current temperatures out the door, in that it is chilly to start off the morning, but by the afternoon, we're going to warm up really nicely. So take a look. Watches, warnings, advisories. Wind advisory is in play through 2 p.m. on Tuesday across San Diego County, valleys and mountains. Coming up, we'll talk about how much longer these winds will last, if they'll stick around beyond Tuesday, and then, of course, what to expect for our Thanksgiving Day itself. Back to you.
Later this afternoon, cross-border commuters can expect the PedWest southbound facility to reopen. The
northbound facility opened last Thursday after being closed for several weeks. That was all used to process a surge of migrants seeking asylum. CBS 8's Regina Yurita joining us live in San Ysidro now to explain what people can expect ahead of Thanksgiving. It's not going to be the normal hours they were used to, right, Regina?
Yeah, that's correct. They're going to be opening up just with limited hours of operation. So as you mentioned, the northbound traffic opened up last Thursday, and that is actually starting at 6 a.m. So we're about to see a couple people. As far as the southbound traffic at PedWest, that starts at 3 p.m. So this all started after Customs and Border Protection announced Saturday that travelers can once again head into Mexico at the PedWest pedestrian crossing at San Ysidro Port of Entry starting today. Traffic into Mexico had been closed at PedWest since April of 2020. Northbound traffic reopened in January to help process an increasing number of asylum seekers, but CBP closed the crossing again in September. With the holiday season here, CBP is making changes to ease the traveling commute for people. Marisa Marin, who is the port director for the San Ysidro Port of Entry, says with the reopening of operations at the pedestrian west southbound facility, they're taking steps to return to operational capacity and to improve the daily life of thousands of travelers who cross every day. She also adds that CBP will continue to work on improving economic and social relations across the border, especially on the eve of the holiday season. So back out here, the southbound facility will open again 7 days a week at 3 p.m. and that will close at 11 p.m. As far as the northbound traffic, and that starts right now, we are starting to see more movement, and we are starting to see a couple of people start to head out in this direction. So it's definitely a big deal for this area here in San Ysidro, as a lot of people cross the border every day into the U.S. Either to work, or it's usually for shopping or traveling. So definitely a big deal. But we'll give you guys more details in the next half hour. Stick with us. For now, I'll send things back to you guys.
Regina, thank you. A portion of Interstate 10 in Los Angeles is now open. It was closed for about a week after that massive fire. Investigators believe the fire was intentionally set by someone. They released some surveillance images over the weekend. You can take a look at the man on your screen here in these pictures. Police say they want to speak to that man. The person of interest is believed to be between 30 and 35 years old. Police say he also appears to have possible burn injuries on his left leg.
Now, if you are flying for Thanksgiving, expect it to be more crowded at the airport compared to recent years. According to AAA, this Thanksgiving will be the busiest for air travelers in 18 years, the busiest we've seen. AAA expects more than 4.7 million people to fly for Thanksgiving. That is the most since 2005. Another 49 million will be driving. In total, AAA is predicting more than 55 million Americans will be traveling 50 miles or more from home. That's the third highest forecast since AAA began tracking in the year 2000. Wow. If you are traveling by car this week, take a look. Most updated gas prices updated overnight while most of you were sleeping, releasing these numbers here. The average price for a regular gallon of gas in San Diego is now $5.11. Last week, we were paying a little bit more at $5.21.
Today, you have a chance to weigh in on SDG&E's rates. The California Public Utilities Commission hosting 2 virtual meetings today. They'll be held at 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. Officials want to hear from you about the utility company's rates for the next 4 years. For a link to the meetings, just go to cbs8.com and click on the Help button. This morning, the San Diego Humane Society is waiving all adoption fees for the more than 400 dogs and puppies there right now.
All fees are gone right now. They are dealing with a highly contagious illness called strep zoo. CBS 8's Alex Lai live at the San Diego Humane Society on Gaines Street to explain what they're going through and why it's so important right now if we can adopt or foster. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning. That's right. I'd like to give a little bit of a background about strep zoo. So the Humane Society says it's usually found in cattle, horses, and pigs, but when it is passed to dogs, it can be highly contagious and also deadly. Unfortunately, 4 dogs here at the San Diego Humane Society have died from strep zoo, which is a respiratory disease, and it's not usually found in shelters, but it can be, and the Humane Society says this is because of how over capacity they are. There are 750 dogs here right now, and they are waiving adoption fees for more than 400 of them because getting dogs out of the shelter is what will be able to get rid of this respiratory disease. Luckily, all of the dogs are on antibiotics to be treated for strep zoo, even if they don't have it or they weren't exposed to it, just to make sure all of their bases are covered. I'm here with San Diego Humane Society's Nina Thompson, as well as Bengal, which is a beautiful 2-year-old husky available for adoption today. Nina, could you tell us a little bit about why adoptions are really needed right now, and if you can't adopt, you can also foster? Is that right?
Yes, it's a really tough time right now for San Diego Humane Society because we just have so many pets in our care, especially dogs. As you mentioned, 750 is a lot of dogs. So adoption, fostering could not come at a more critical time because we're out of space. So when you get a disease like strep zoo, you need to find a clean break where you can move the dogs that hasn't been exposed to anything like that. And so currently we don't have that clean break because we don't have anywhere to move the dogs. So we're treating all of them out of precaution with antibiotics, but we really need to get them out of here, even just temporarily. So if you could foster for us for 2 weeks, that would be a huge help. We pay for everything. We pay for the supplies, the food, the medicine. Your dog will come home with antibiotics for strep zoo as well, so there's no risk to your pet in the home. And of course, if you're ready to adopt, that would be our preference because we have so many deserving pets, just like Bengal here, who are looking for their forever happy home.
And adoption fees are being waived through December 1st, and reclaim fees are being waived as well.
Yes, as well. So adoption fees for dogs and puppies are waived because we have about 400 of them ready to go today. And then as well, reclaimed fees. So if you have a stray pet and we have them here, we won't charge you to come and get them.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Nina. So if you are looking to adopt, even to foster, that would help out the San Diego Humane Society so much as they are battling strep zoo right now. All right. Reporting at the San Diego Humane Society, Alex Lai, CBS 8.
Oh, Alex, that exact location, Gaines Street, is where we met Sandy. We were walking through, and she just looked at us with her eyes. And a wonderful dog that we've had for almost 7 years now.
That's right.
Through babies and all the things, she's been amazing.
Yeah,
so
we had a shelter dog for 15 years. She gave us plenty of love. So get out there and get a new furry friend.
Right.
Yeah, you're
I'm a foster fail.
Yes.
I started off fostering Rebel. She had an upper respiratory infection, so she couldn't be in the actual shelter at Spokanimal, the Spokane.
Spokanimal.
Humane
Yeah.
Society. And yes, after I nursed her back to health, I was like, you want me to bring her back?
You could not,
Absolutely
right?
not. There's not a
Major
chance
fail.
of that.
Yeah.
So I held on to her. So yes, we all know that the shelter animals are the way to go. I mean, it is so rewarding. It's such a rewarding experience to have those animals, whether it be a cat, a dog. They've got so many varieties of animals to choose from and breeds. So get out there and find your forever companion. Let's take a look at what we've got going on outside to start off your Monday. We are going to be seeing that temperatures across San Diego County are going to jump quite a bit today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, first half of this week. And then the second half of the week, Thursday, Friday, even into the weekend, we're going to start to see those temperatures fall with an increase in cloud cover. And it's all thanks to offshore Santa Ana winds. So a ridge of high pressure is built over the western U.S., the Great Basin. And what that's going to do is direct the winds from the northeast to come over the mountaintops, to compress, and to dry out. So that dry, warm air is going to be affecting our coastline and our inland valleys. Wind advisory hangs on through 2 p.m. tomorrow. If we give you a little bit of a wider picture, you can see how for Southern California, this is going to be an issue for Palm Springs, LA, Santa Barbara. It's really not just San Diego in particular. It's the greater Southern California region that will see these gusty winds. What a beautiful day that we're starting it off with, though. This is your live look outside here at 611 from Mount Soledad. 75 degrees is our forecast high. It's going to be about 4 degrees warmer than average. Santa Ana winds last up until Thanksgiving, and then as we get past Thanksgiving, we'll start to see those temperatures fall, and on Thanksgiving in particular, wind advisory stays through Tuesday p.m. 3 words or less: dry wind returns. That's the best way to summarize it. Let's take a look at how traffic is shaping up at 611 right now, and so far your roads have actually been relatively quiet. The one crash that we had on our screen earlier around the Fallbrook area has now been cleared. This was on the 15, right-hand shoulder was blocked on the 15 northbound at the 76, again clear as of now. Let's take a look at your border wait times. It is a 50-minute wait at the San Ysidro Port of Entry. Otay Mesa Port of Entry going to take you double the amount of time, 100 minutes or so. So expect about an hour 40 commute across the border at the Otay Mesa Port of Entry. Back to you.
Evan, thank you so much. And coming up here, a 23-year-old Taylor Swift fan becomes ill at a Brazil concert and dies. What her family is saying this morning.
And the political world is reacting to the death of former First Lady Rosalind Carter. The condolences that are pouring in. Plus, a deal to free Hamas-held hostages in Gaza appears closer. The latest details on the negotiations next.